Tonight, 4 titles are up for grabs as the champions try to hog-tie the challengers for the showdown of their lives. After being pile-driven into the bare floor by pompous Lord Steven Regal, Flying Brian's shot at the TV title is more than just revenge. Chicago's streets will never be the same as Max Payne and Cactus Jack play a little tune of their own on WCW's nastiest tag team, the Nasty Boys. Then the U.S. title is in danger of being captured by Japan's own Muda as he takes on stunning Steve Austin with Colonel Parker by his side. As far as Sting is concerned, no doors will be slammed in his face as he challenges ravishing Rick Rude for the international title. Will Rude be signing any autographs after the match? Sting and other contenders can only hope. Texas's own Dustin Rhodes is saddling up for his bunkhouse match with Colonel Parker's latest trophy-smashing find, Bunkhouse Buck. Sound the sirens as the boss tries to brand the monstrous Vader with his version of Law and Order. And after a supposed misunderstanding, Ricky Steamboat will go up against longtime friend Ric Flair as this world title match puts their friendship to the test. Tonight, live from Chicago's Rosemont Horizon, it's World Championship Wrestling's Spring Stampede.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, a capacity crowd on hand. The home of the Bears, the Bulls, the Blackhawks, and World Championship Wrestling. Hi again, everyone. I'm Mean Gene Okerlund, and they are hanging from the rafters here tonight. Wow! Get ready for this one. One of the many surprises that we have in store for you. Kicking it off tonight to sing our national anthem from the Crescent City of New Orleans, Louisiana, from the famous Neville Brothers. Please join as you rise to listen to Aaron Neville.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And what a way to begin Spring Stampede. Hi, everybody. Tony Schiavone, along with Bobby the Brain Heenan, also to be joined, of course, by Mean Gene Okerlund and Jesse the Body Ventura. And welcome back to Chicago Brain for Spring Stampede and World Championship Wrestling.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be back in Chicago, or Chi-Town as they like to know it as. But I'll tell you something, you can tell the excitement's here in Chicago. You can tell WCW is at the Rosemont Horizon. And I can't wait to see Ric Flair take Steamboat apart.
Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat, one of the greatest rivalries in the history of our sport, will collide for the WCW World title. One of many great title matches here tonight. And I believe I hear the chant. What is that they're saying? Is that Weasel?
I can't hear anything, and you better shut up.
Let's go to our first match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, the first event of Spring Stampede. It is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Macon, Georgia, weighing 235 pounds, the man who says he's the prettiest in WCW, Johnny B. Bad.
So baby, don't look sad for Mr. Johnny B. Bad. Well, he's so hurt that back in New York City, you see him in the spotlight.
Johnny B. Bad. And the fans. Sprayed by litter or glitter as we begin Spring Stampede.
I think you were right the first time. That's litter. The man's a litter bug. But then again, if he didn't do that, what would the humanoids have to do? They'd have nothing to sweep up.
He's got another one as Spring Stampede kicks off.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in this first contest of WCW's Spring Stampede, he's from the Jersey Shore. He weighs 274 pounds, accompanied by his Diamond Doll, is Diamond Dallas Page.
Diamond Dallas Page making his way to the ring.
Good golly, Miss Molly.
Quite an entrance for DDP as always here in World Championship Wrestling.
For who?
DDP, Diamond Dallas Page.
What a guy, what a class man.
What's that he has in his hand?
I don't know, it's a little black bag.
Diamond Dallas Page giving the Diamond Doll the black bag, and what's going on here?
Oh. Thank you. I got a present.
What is it? What is that? All right, the match is underway. Diamond Dallas Page and Johnny B. Bad. Johnny B. ducks, rolls up Page.
Wow.
2 count.
Look at that. My initials and diamonds. Look at this. A B and an H.
Clotheslined him outside.
Yeah, but don't worry about Diamond Dallas Page. This man's one tough customer. They don't come any tougher than Diamond Dallas Page, as far as I'm concerned.
Wait a second. Is that because you received a present from Diamond Dallas Page?
Are you insinuating I would,
Yes, I am.
in paoli?
Yeah.
I'm above that, Mr. Schiavone.
Well, then you call the match objectively. Look at that duck under takeover by Page. 1, 2. And a crossface. Diamond Dallas Page.
Come on, Dallas, finish him off!
And a good reversal by Johnny B. Bad. What a way to begin our Spring Stampede. The excitement of Johnny B. Bad, and of course a real test here with Diamond Dallas Page, who has been really moving up the ranks, so to speak, in World Championship Wrestling over the past couple of weeks.
Well, like I said before, he's about 1, maybe 2 major victories away from becoming a universal star. Over in Europe and the other places he wrestles in the Orient, he's a big name star. But he hasn't spent much time here in the States. But this man's got it all.
Elbow.
And he's generous.
Apparently he is. It's a nice present to begin this program. Kicking away is Johnny B. Bad, and arm drag takeover.
God dang it! Oh.
And cranking on the arm. Bad, who is more than just that right hand, that more than just the kiss that doesn't miss.
Well, he can beat you all out of ways, Schiavone, but he'd rather punch you in the mouth. I mean, that's okay with me, too.
2 count.
But at least take credit when you wrap a guy in the chops.
Where the fans here are ready. As Spring Stampede is well underway, and what a way to start it. Bad, Bridges out.
Where's he going?
Taking Diamond Dallas Page over. And the drop kick. Here's the cover. We got a 2. Great endurance exhibited here by Johnny B. Bad.
But I know Diamond Dallas Page. He's setting him up for something. See, what did I tell you? That's why I'm the brain.
Head first to the top turnbuckle. Well, many people have looked at this opening match here at Spring Stampede, many of the promoters I've talked to, and they say that the man who wins this match would be in line for some sort of title shot, would certainly have a case to be made, as Bad is sent into the top turnbuckle. Belly to back suplex.
Cover him, Dallas. Cover him, and you got him. I like that in a man. I like a little cockiness. I like a man to show off a bit and strut and be a little arrogant.
You like a man to grease your palm before the match starts, and
Oh,
you'll say something good
what
about
do you
it.
mean grease my palm before the match starts? You're just jealous because you didn't get nothing.
Page right now on the advantage. Johnny B. Bad at least trying to get to his feet here. Randy Anderson, the referee in our opening bout. Into the ropes to the midsection. Waistlock takes him over. Look at that.
Oh! You know
That's
what he calls that, Tony?
What's that?
You mean you don't know?
Gut buster.
I know, but I'm not telling you.
Well, what is it? Tell me. What does he call that maneuver?
Stomach buster.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say gut buster?
Well, stomach and gut are two different words.
Pick up 1, 2, got a 2 count. Page on top of things now. Into a reverse chinlock. And keeping Johnny B. Bad on the mat. Bad is the quicker of the two men here. So it's the advantage of Diamond Dallas Page to keep him on the mat.
Oh, it's anybody's advantage to keep the man on the mat, especially when he's a high-flying aerialist like Johnny B. Bad. Wow, what a match.
Bad back up, got an elbow in.
You think when the match is over, he'll be Johnny B. Mad or be bad?
We'll find out, won't we?
Now look at this Dallas Page. Hard to keep him down. What resiliency. He keeps getting up to his feet. He beat Johnny B. Bad up to his feet.
You're right. He's up, but Bad got the right hand into the midsection. Or to the gut, or to the stomach, whatever you want to call it.
You're getting to be like Gordon. You know all the anatomy.
A pickup. Inverted atomic drop. Clothesline him down.
But look, he keeps getting up. He keeps coming back.
Back body drop.
But he's getting up. See the fight he's got in him? Page should cover him. I mean, Johnny B. Stupid should cover him.
Johnny B. Bad.
Be bad.
Hooks on the flying head scissors.
It's like an egg beater.
Bad going for the left hand. Oh! He knocked him to the ropes.
But he didn't knock him out. He's on one knee. He's on his feet now.
You're right. He is on his feet. There, over the top. Johnny B. Bad with the advantage, but Diamond Dallas Page very fortunate that the left hand knocked him out of the ring, or he may have been down for the count.
How many people have gotten up from that kiss that don't miss?
Over the top. 1, 2, 3.
Wait a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Johnny B. Bad.
Johnny B. Bad wins our matchup as we begin Spring Stampede.
Don't you think the referee has something to do with that, Mr. Schiavone?
Here comes Johnny B. Bad.
Well, let's see if we can't find out that on the replay.
Make you mad.
Look at this, Tony. But right over that top rope. That takes a lot of guts to do something like that. Not real bright, but a lot of guts. The referee has just shoved Diamond Dallas Page. Got him in position for Johnny B. Bad to do this. It is not fair. You hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Well, answer me then.
There's nothing I can do about it. It's not fair. But it is a win for Johnny B. Bad.
Well, remember that.
Tremendous crowd on hand. Good to have you with us wherever you are all across this country on pay-per-view. We still have 4 title matches to go. A Chicago street fight where pinfalls count anywhere.
And I'm going to wear a raincoat during that one. You don't know what's going to happen.
A bunkhouse match still to come. And then the Boss versus Vader. What an exciting lineup we have.
This is a tremendous pay-per-view, Tony Schiavone. Well, because I'm here and because all the great stars at WCW here. And you're going to see a lot of people carted out of here in a bag.
In a bag.
A big bag with a zipper.
Fans, our entire broadcast team is with us, including Mean Gene Okerlund and Jesse the Body Ventura.
All right, I thank you, Tony Schiavone. A big night, been a big week for you, Jess. This is kind of the way to cap it all off.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mean Gene, I feel like $1 million today.
Yeah, you could buy a few more of those suits with the change you picked up. Listen, Jesse, the hotline is open right now. And, of course, Gordon Soley and Larry Zbyszko are standing by, calling all of the action. Plus, they're going to have exclusive interviews with all of the winners as they come from the ring back to the hotline. It's simple. Give them a call. 1-900-909-9900.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Mean Gene, I'm ready to call that hotline right now and talk to Gordon Soley.
Well,
He may not be around that much longer to talk to.
Oh, come on, Jesse, give me a break. By the way, following Spring Stampede tonight, you can talk live on a gigantic nationwide conference call with Sting. Again, 1-900-909-9900. Kids, you must have your parents' permission. Calls are 99 cents a minute. By the way, Teddy Long on Friday night, and Jesse, you're going to be on the air on the hotline on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, Mean Gene.
With a lot of dirt?
Plenty of dirt. I'll give you the inside info of everything that happened over the last week.
Wow. Jesse, everything?
Everything. Things I can't talk about here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tonight a ton of great matches, including one that should be a classic between the Nature Boy Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. You and I have a steak dinner bet on this one.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, this is going to be a classic, Mean Gene, because these two have met in the past, but neither of them have met each other with the prestige that's on the line right here tonight.
All right, what about the Chicago street fight? The Nasty Boys facing Cactus Jack and Max Payne. The last time these four men met, two of them ended up in a hospital.
Well, where else would you have a street fight than Chicago?
You got her. With that, let's get back to the ring.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our second match of the evening for the World Television Championship. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, wearing black with red stars, weighing 227 pounds. From Hollywood, California, his movie-land good looks has made this former tag team world champion one of the most popular athletes in professional wrestling today. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the challenger, Flying Brian. And coming to the ring at this time, his opponent, accompanied by his manager, the noble Sir William, weighing in at 18 stone, 2 pounds, wearing royal blue with red trim. He's the former European Tag Team Champion, the former European Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the World Television Champion from Blackpool, England, Lord Steven Regal. Once again, a one fall, 15-minute time limit.
All right, our thanks to Michael Buffer with the introductions of this World Television title matchup. One fall, 15 minutes.
You know something, Tony? I understand his lordship told me earlier today that that robe he was wearing is a brand new robe given to him by Prince Charles.
You gotta be kidding me.
Why, is Prince Charles cheap?
I don't know.
Never was around me.
Flying Brian!
Oh!
The bell sounds, getting a quick start in this World TV title match. The youngster out of Cincinnati, going right after this man who's been a dominant television champion since winning the title from Ricky Steamboat back on September 19th. Regal has been the television champion, has held on to it by assorted means. He tries a leg dive, but Flying Brian pounds it. Watch out, he rolls him up. Flying Brian reverses. A 1 count there. And Regal tries to slow it down.
You know, I like to refer to this punk as Brian whining Brian, but you notice he went after Regal. He put that leg over the rope, and he's going after that bad leg.
Into the ropes. Over the top goes Brian. Andre takeover. And quickly Regal tries to slow it down on the outside. Now, one thing we do need to alert the fans to is the fact that, and it's really not occurring here at all, but when it's a 15-minute, a shortened time limit, You have to really go after the champion. You have to keep the offense on. The champ. Up on the apron now. Pulling down on the arm. Boy, Bryan has taken the fight right to him. Reversal into, well, temporarily a headlock there, or a hammerlock. Back out now. Pulling the arm up against the ring post. And again, Mr. Offense, Flying Bryan. Bryan chasing Sir William. In the corner. Pulling on the hair. And that European uppercut. You can talk any time here, Brain.
I could if I get my headset fixed. I stepped on it.
Snapmare, you should have had Diamond Dallas Page give you a headset instead of a diamond-studded pendant. Wrist lock applied. Bryan stays down on the mat. One fall, 15 minutes, television title on the line. You with us now?
Yes, I'm with you now, Mr. Schiavone. If you wouldn't put the headset where I have to stand, I laid it on the table.
What are you doing standing? Never mind. Bryan.
Because when his lordship comes to the ring, that's how you show respect. You stand or you bow.
Side headlock by the champ. Flying Bryan down low. Oh! Regal sends him over the top. Flying Bryan, who was one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Here's a cover. 1, 2, a year ago. A 2 count.
Yeah, but what you forget to tell the people is the man that made that team is Stunning Steve Austin. He was the one that carried the whole team. He's the one that was real tight and close with Colonel Parker. He was lucky to be there.
Well, then let me ask you this.
Please do.
Back at our Clash of the Champions event in August, Bryan went down with an ankle injury. Lord Steven Regal filled in for him. And Regal and Stunning Steve lost the tag team belts. Bryan could really say that he is an undefeated tag team champion if he wants to.
Well, he can say whatever he wants. It doesn't matter to me, but I'd like to see the videotape of that match, and then I'll be the judge of who won the match.
Also a former WCW light heavyweight champion. Rolls him up. 2. He got a 2. Flying Bryan. Over the leg. Ray finds a leg, and look at that. Reversal.
5 minutes.
He's into an STF almost. He's got it on. Went to the crossface.
He can put you in so many different holds, Tony. You know, there's a counter for every hold and a hold for every counter. And there's a lunch counter for every person that you know. But the basic thing is here that I don't think Pillman's got a counter for this man. This man's got too many moves.
Regal right now. Notice how he's grinding one forearm to the nose and mouth, another one on the back of the head, and then pulling him up on the head. The complete wrestler. Self-proclaimed greatest scientific wrestler in WCW history.
I'll buy that. He may be the greatest scientific wrestler I've ever seen come down the pike.
Watch out! He hooked him, missed the European uppercut, and Bryan trying to backslide, but look at that. Look at that reversal, just stepped right out of it.
Powered his way out is what he did.
Oh! The knees firmly planted in the small of the back.
Well, that hurts you in every part of your body. Hurts your neck, hurts your back. Doesn't do much for your knees.
In a crossbow type maneuver. Bryan still getting out of this as our capacity crowd in Chicago at the Rosemont Horizon looks on for Spring Stampede, the first of 4 title matches here this evening.
And Dustin Rhodes is in the building.
That's right, a bunkhouse match.
You know how I knew that? I could smell, and then I looked around, I noticed the rodeo's not here. Has to be Dustin.
Mean Gene Okerlund would beg to differ. That smell, he thinks, is bunkhouse butt. Look at Bryan fire back. Right hand of the chops that time. He ducked and he made a mistake because Regal caught him. Picks him up. No, Bryan with a great counter move. And he covers him. 2. A 2 count.
If you were scoring on points, you'd have to give it to Crying Bryan, wouldn't you?
Flying Bryan, that is.
I wonder if his lordship is favoring that thigh too much.
You may be right. The thigh has been taped for weeks. The Regal roll that time.
He's got him. Oh!
Did he get him or not?
2. The referee signaling 2. I think he got him.
That was the closest one yet. Bryan had one earlier. And once again, Regal content with keeping Air Pillman grounded.
Yeah, that bird's not going anyplace. He's got a mechanical. He's got to sit on this runway for a while. He's not going anyplace. His lordship is playing with him now. He's got him where he wants him. He's wrestling. He's doing what he does best. On the mat.
Great binding the legs. Driving the knee between the shoulder blades. Regal with a victory sign to the far crowd. He may have him up again in a crossbow here.
He got him.
No, he really didn't hook the legs though. One of the legs broke free from Flying Bryan.
No, he's got him good enough.
Yeah, he's got these shins and the tops of the boots across the back and pulling back on the neck.
I'm surprised Pillman hasn't given up. You know, he's known as a quitter
He's
when
not.
he played football, yeah.
Where'd you hear that?
How many Super Bowl rings does he have? Thank you.
Right hand. Flying Bryan fires back on the champion again. Almost into a half crab. He has that leg pulled back and pulling on the chin. Now don't forget, not only is the title on the line, there's a lot of animosity as well. It happened at Disney MGM, but during a match these two had, Flying Bryan was pile driven on the floor.
That's great.
Oh, that's great, huh?
Well, he thinks he can go in the ring, Pillman, and punch people in the mouth, slap people in the face, push people around, talk tough, and then get in the ring and expect nothing to happen to him? Come on, punk, wake up. This is WCW. This isn't no daycare center or nursery.
10 gone.
10 minutes have expired. We hear from Gary Capetta, and we have 5 minutes to go in the television time limit. And Regal content here with wrestling holds.
Excuse me. Sir William, how much time is left in this match? Yep, just under 5 minutes.
Meanwhile, Flying Bryan realizes he's under the gun. Regal goes down.
Now this will show you what a champion is. If Flying Bryan is championship material, he'll win it. If he's not, then Regal's a champion. He'll win it.
1, 2, Regal had a handful of tights.
Let's see how bad Flying Bryan wants it.
Now,
Let's see him get off that man, elevate himself in the air a little bit. He'll be grounded again. Oh, he makes me mad sometimes. Just that, he's got that
4
that
minutes
look.
remain the time limit. 4 minutes.
At the 4-minute mark to go, we've gone 11.
It's 3:59 by Sir William's watch. They're a minute off.
Less than 4 now. The fans getting at Sir William here.
Look at some humanoid brought a sign, USA. Has no idea where he's at, right?
He wants to remind Sir William on the outside. Meanwhile, surprised that Regal even brought Flying Brian back up to a standing position here. This is where Brian goes to work. In the corner now. It's to Regal's benefit to keep him on the mat. Uh-oh. Boy, Regal, vicious forearm shot and a desperation headbutt. And I think it hurt Brian worse than it hurt the champ.
You notice how Regal, every week we see him, he's getting more Americanized. He's still got that great European style, but he'll punch it out with you if you want to punch it out.
Forearm shot between the shoulder blades. Sir William continues to check the time.
He should pull Brian's hair till it's straight, till every strand is straight. Not waving any more curly, just or out of his head. That's fine.
That sounds painful.
Not to me.
Using the ropes. Drop kick. Flying Brian now. Trying to get up.
This has been a hard 13 or 14 minutes they've gone at it.
Nick Patrick administering the 10 count to both men. They're both back up in 6 now. And now Regal steps under with the full arm dragon twist into the ropes. He may have a Boston Crab here at 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes, he's got him.
Brian shrugged him off.
Now Regal's got to get back. He's got to get on his feet, and he's got to keep Flying Brian down. He's got to work on the small of the back.
Once again, the 10 count. Both men on the mat.
Now's the time for about 4 or 5 good atomic drops.
Another desperation move by Flying Brian.
But Brian's not getting up. This time isn't helping him. Time is hurting him here.
You're exactly right. He cannot get anything going except for maybe one move at a time. He needs a series of moves. And he's going in after him. Regal waiting on him. Throws him right off.
That's it. He'll never beat him now. There's not enough time left.
It only takes 3 seconds, Brain, and he could roll over right now, maybe, and get it.
Well, you're semi-right about that.
Semi-right?
Well, he didn't do it.
1 minute remains, the time limit, 60 seconds.
1 minute to go.
Oh!
Kick!
This could be it!
Brian with a big drop kick. It was on target, but he cannot cover him.
45 seconds remain.
Regal gets to his feet. Brian is there.
40 seconds left. 35 seconds.
Regal goes down hard.
Gonna be about 30 seconds left.
seconds remain.
See?
At the 30-second mark. Flying Brian maybe has lost track of the time here.
Oh, of course he has. He's an idiot.
Steps over the top. He's going for broke, but Regal caught him.
15 seconds.
They go over the top.
10, 9,
They'll never do it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Brings him back in.
Too late, though.
It is over.
If he gets counted out now, Flying Brian does not win the title.
Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, that match went to the full extent of the time limit. The official decision, a draw. Lord Steven is still the World Television Champion.
Like I said, like I predicted.
Well, it was a tough matchup, and that's an understatement. But it was a great World Television title matchup. Standing by now is Mean Gene Okerlund in the dressing room area.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining me right now at a very rare appearance north of the Mason-Dixon line, the greatest promoter on the face of the planet Earth, Colonel Robert Parker. Before I talk to this fertilizer salesman over here. Stunning Steve Austin and Muda coming up here very shortly for the United
you're
States.
talking about a fertilizer salesman here, all you're selling here is the dressing room inside of here. Today I feel like the greatest promoter of all time. Look over here when I'm talking to you. I'm feeling the shoes of Tom Parker, and ever since Elvis Presley disappeared, I found myself right in the limelight of the Parker family, and tonight is no exception because our United States heavyweight champion will be wrestling from Japan, the greatest star Japan has to offer, Great Muta. I'm sure that's going to be an exciting event, but the one I'm looking forward to shortly after that is when Buck here takes on Dusty's puppy. I'm talking about the natural Dustin Rhodes. You're going to take a natural whooping tonight, Rhodes. Am I right?
Bunkhouse match. What about it, Buck?
You're talking about him sweating and stinking this way for weeks. That's the way Daddy did it. That's the way Bunkhouse liked to do it. My daddy told me, boy, when I was a little boy, said, son, good things come to those who wait. My good time is near, boy. Dustin Rhodes, you 10-cent drugstore cowboy will beat
Thank
your
you
face
very
out.
much, gentlemen.
Sorry, I can't
Don't
wait.
take a shower. You're going to ruin it, pal. Let's get back to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is the Chicago Street Fight. Falls Count Anywhere. Introducing the first team from the streets of New York City. They are the World Tag Team Champions, Sags, Knobs, the Nasty Boys.
Well, you can forget about the titles being on the line in this one.
They have come to work, haven't they, Tony?
How about that sign? The Nasty Boys are Cactus's toys. And we have two referees assigned. All four men are going to be going at it.
Good luck.
Pinfalls count anywhere. And only thing I can say, Brain, is that if they come over here, it's all yours.
Always put it this way. They come over here. Don't yell at me to get out of here because you'll be talking to yourself.
A lot of bad blood between the four men involved. We go back to Gary.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, introducing first, from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, 307 pounds, Cactus Jack Knight. His tag team partner from the state of Euphoria, 345 pounds, Max Payne.
Well,
Here we go.
Cactus Jack, Max Payne hit the ring, and immediately in this Chicago street fight, it's out of hand. Max Payne is paired off with Sags, Knobs, and Cactus Jack going at it.
Get out of here.
Not much to talk about in this one except the carnage.
Well, you can't talk about this one. Let it just take care of itself.
I think that's the remnants of a pool cue. There are two on the floor and two in the ring. Basically, all four men can go at it. No disqualifications. Pinfalls. Count anywhere. Cactus Jack fighting without an ear. He may be missing both of them before this is over with.
toughest street fighter in Chicago told me, the only way you win this one is you gotta be sick. Now we know the nasties are nasty, and we know Cactus and Payne are sick.
Elbow for the big guy, Max Payne.
Cactus and Payne should go see a psychiatrist.
How about a chiropractor after this is over with? We got two on the ramp.
They should go see the Freud brothers. That's what they should do. They've had pool cues, lead pipes, chairs. Now, you know, Cactus Jack is missing that ear. It's all taped up. I don't know how the man even got into the ring. Oh, there's a fight going on down the aisle. There's one in the ring.
Don't forget that pinfalls count anywhere. The referees are paired off now with two men.
After that whack, Cactus Jack can be singing with Aaron Neville. They can be a tag team of singers.
There you see Knobbs and Max Payne. I don't know where they're going, but we do know that our cameramen will go with them wherever they are.
Do we have to follow them?
No.
I don't want to.
We can sit right here and talk about it.
That's the way I like it.
Watch out! There goes Knobbs on the outside.
Where's he going?
That's one of our souvenir stands.
That's right. Boy, this is like one of the parties at your house, Tony.
You are looking at both.
They're biting, they're ripping, they're kicking. This is great.
Teeth to the forehead. A trash can to the noggin. They are going at the other side. Cactus and Max.
I can't follow all this.
Back in goes Cactus.
Well, I knew they hated each other. I didn't know they hate each other like this.
Down goes Sags.
Well, they got more hits than Aaron Neville.
Knobbs and Max Payne both back up. A pickup. He's going to slam him on the table. No, wait a minute.
Well, try that shirt on to see if it fits. I'm telling you, they're sick. They're nuts.
And I'm not sure that t-shirt even fits him.
He's stuffing it down his throat.
Oddly enough, well, not oddly enough, but no one is trying to pin anyone here.
No, that's wrestling, Tony. You're not going to see any of that here. You're going to see people hurt.
Now, Sags is going after his partner. He will come into your screen momentarily. What's left of that table is being beaten over the back of Max Payne. Now we got all four men in the same area.
They're getting closer to O'Hare.
Over the safety rail.
Boy, there's more weapons here. It looks like Tanya Harding's dressing area.
Cactus Jack is down, enabling a 2-on-1.
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in.
Think souvenirs are going to be for half price now?
Think of having one of those souvenirs from the Chicago street fight.
Oh my!
Look at this. Three.
Repeatedly with the table. Jab the table in his face. Don't try this at home. I have no idea what they're going to try now.
I have no idea how many bodies are laying all over the place. We're going to have to call Quincy.
Come in and tag the toes.
There is no question that this is as wild a match that we've ever seen on a WCW pay-per-view.
I guarantee you all four of these guys are going to feel it for the next couple of weeks. Somebody's going to the hospital, Schiavone.
Knobs is down. Max is down. Sags is down. Cactus Jack has the table, and he's not going to play cards. Oh! My God!
You think Michael Jordan is thinking about becoming a wrestler?
No. That was a shovel. And where he got it, I don't know.
A shovel. That's a shovel. Where do you find a shovel?
Max has got the shovel. Look at him on the table.
This is tremendous.
This is unbelievable. My God, I've never seen anything like it. We've got referees helping to rearrange furniture just to get it out of the way. Cactus Jack, I don't think is going to get up.
What are you going to win in a match like this? Give up and quit. Go home. Nothing more can be proven, Tony.
I want to see how long they can go.
Oh, God. I tell you, if the Cubs get hit like that, they'd be in first place.
It's over. It's over. Ring the bell.
I've seen enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the Falls Count Anywhere match, the World Tag Team Champions, the Nasty Boys.
Well, I'll tell you, I gotta take my hat off to the Nasties. They went in there with two sick puppies. Well, what can you say, Tony?
Well, the most remarkable thing is the fact that Cactus Jack is even getting up now. There you see Max Payne down.
Of course he's getting up. This is the best time he's ever had.
The Nasties win that one. And you know,
was there really a winner?
I wonder. He's going to need some help. He can only get up. All right, we're going to try to sort out this carnage, and as we do, standing.
I'm going to send a word back to the dressing room and find out what's going on.
All right, standing by now is Jesse the Body Ventura.
All right, everybody, Jesse the Body Ventura here with a successful Johnny B. Bad. You had the kiss that couldn't miss tonight, Johnny, but I know you're looking to the future. We all know Slamboree's about a month away down the road, and it's going to come from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I'll tell you, Jesse, what a reception tonight. The bad man is on a roll. It was no surprise that I defeated Diamond Dallas Page. He's a good wrestler, but I'm a bad man. And I'm here to tell you, Jesse, and I'm here to tell the whole world that I want a shot at the winner of the Muta Stunning Steve Austin match. The only thing I'm lacking right now, Jesse, is that gold around my pretty waist.
Wait, let me understand this now. You're issuing a challenge right here, right now, for the winner of Muta and Stunning Steve and the U.S. Heavyweight title?
Exactly, Jesse, because I'm going to shock the world. I'm going to prove to everybody that I'm the greatest wrestler of all times.
All right, and on that note, let's go to ringside and Michael Buffer.
I'll tell you something, Tony. I've never seen a match like that. I've never seen a fight like that. Have you?
Never in my life, and I've been doing a lot of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is for the U.S. Heavyweight Championship sanctioned by the WCW. Coming to the ring at this time, he's wearing a red and weighing in at 235.5 pounds, an international superstar who has come here tonight to take this title out of the country to his hometown of Tokyo, Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, the great Muta.
The Great Muta returns.
I have never seen him wrestle live.
Well, you're in for a treat because he's one of the greatest in this world.
And his opponent, coming to the ring with his manager, the famous Colonel Parker, wearing blue with white letters, weighing 251 pounds. He's a former member of the famous Hollywood Blondes World Tag Team Champions. He's a former two-time World Television Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the current U.S. Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Stunning Steve Austin.
Colonel Rob Parker presents Stunning Steve against the Great Muta. The United States title is on the line. Muta, who was a Battle Bowl winner back at the end of 1992. A man who was World Heavyweight Champion at one time. Looking to do something unprecedented, and that's bring that U.S. title to Japan.
Well, why not? They own Radio City Music Hall. They own half of New York City, own 3/4 of the United States. They own Honolulu. Why not have a U.S. title?
Why not, I guess? Well, we'll find out. Stunning Steve has really been on a roll, though. You know, we talked about earlier about Flying Brian and who was the main man of the Hollywood Blondes. Was it Stunning Steve or Flying Brian? Stunning Steve has gone on to greatness in singles competition.
Muta's a lot bigger than I thought he was.
Well, he's a gigantic guy. Powerful.
He's quick, too.
Great upper body. Now, fans, if you've been watching WCW Saturday Night, you know that for the past 3 or 4 weeks, Colonel Rob Parker brought some of the wrestlers from Japan here to work out or have a sparring match, if you will, or a match against Stunning Steve. He was successful in all 3 matches leading up to this event. Against the Firecat, against Haito, and against Tanaka-san. And he developed a brand new hold. An inside toe hold, or the Hollywood and Vine.
I'll tell you something about this Muta. You know, they looked at him in Japan like the people here look to Sting. I mean, this man is a big, huge, colossal star over there. And if he goes back there with the U.S. title, the country's his.
Muta not only has a lot of high-risk maneuvers, a lot of martial arts style, but he is a great mat wrestler as well. A complete wrestler. Side headlock applied on Stunning Steve out of the top wrist lock.
They're very careful with each other, aren't they? They're not going to make a move.
Has anyone checked in the locker room to see if Cactus Jack is still alive or not?
Yes, I have my people going back there. I should know within momentarily.
Came out of Germany without an ear. He almost came out of Chicago without a head.
Hey, he hasn't left yet. He hasn't left yet.
Right hand to the side of the head. Stunning Steve.
We know he's missing one ear and a brain. You figure it out.
Over the top. Muta. Abdominal stretch.
Uh-oh. I've seen a lot of people beaten with this.
He caught him with an abdominal stretch. And Stunning Steve doing all he can to break the hold. He got the hand free. And now Stunning Steve reverses. Oh no, but Muta waiting on him with a nice elbow.
What I'm noticing here is the respect they have for each other. Nobody's jumping down each other's throat real quick. No one's making bad moves. They're really trying to feel each other out, see what they're about.
Let's watch our elbows out here.
You know what Muta means in Japanese?
No.
Don't you speak Japanese?
Just a couple of words.
I don't have time to teach you.
now. A reversal, look at that. Rolled him over after he broke the hands free. Once again, Muta showing that he is a great mat wrestler. Keeps him right on the mat.
Well, you know, Japanese people are very proud people, and the last thing he wants is that 15-hour flight home without the gold.
I brought this up on many occasions. Muta comes to the United States for basically one match, and I wonder about the time difference.
Well, like I said earlier in the week, he better have gotten here Monday or Tuesday, no later.
A one count, you know, we talk about it, it's about a half a day's difference, about 12-hour difference, I think, between
13 hours, something like that. But
Tokyo and the United States. I guess considering it's Chicago, it is 13 hours.
Of course, Gary's 14 hours from Chicago.
A pickup, belly to back. Stunning Steve with a great counter move. Stunning Steve became the U.S. champ in our last pay-per-view of 1993. Starrcade from Charlotte, North Carolina. Defeated the natural Dustin Rhodes in a 2-out-of-3 fall match. And that suplex dropped him down on his head. Almost like a brainbuster.
Look at the acceleration out of Muta. That's how you can tell when an athlete is geared.
Side headlock takeover.
Boy, this man is very quick. I'm impressed. Don't get impressed easy.
Oh, I know that. This event comes to you from the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. Aaron Neville opened up our festivities with a beautiful rendition of our national anthem.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
Don't tell anybody, but that was me singing. He lip synced.
Give me a break.
Oh. And I haven't got time to show you, but take my word for it.
I forget that.
But he's not bad. His lips keep up pretty good. I thought he'd be faster or slower, but he's good. He's right there on the money. He's a pro.
Say, Austin.
You hear Nick Patrick as Austin gets back to his seat here. This is the second of 4 title matches. Muta still holding on to that side headlock. Colonel wiping the brow on the far side. He's very concerned.
Well, he has an investment.
Down goes the champ. Muta over the top. He rolls out of the way. And drop kicks him down. What a move. Muta. Side headlock takeover. And a 1 count. Stunning Steve with a great counter. Muta hitting with a couple of great moves that time, but still Stunning Steve back on top of the head scissors.
Well, Muta's got a plan. You can tell that. He keeps going back to the side headlock. Keeps taking him over. Muta's thinking constantly. He's probably thinking, I would say right now, 4 to 5 moves ahead of what you're seeing here right now. He's going to try to set Austin up for something. Austin's going to try to keep him down. That's why he's got hair and trunks. Hold him down.
Hair and trunks.
Sure, use anything you can. Wait a minute, what? I just got word the paramedics are in the back. There are 2 ambulances parked behind the Rosemont Horizon here. I don't know who they're for.
I can imagine. There are 4 guys. One obviously would be Cactus Jack.
No, I think he's going in 2.
Well, Muta escaped the head scissors, and that prompted the U.S. champ to take a powder.
He's got me completely flustered.
Stunning Steve will come in on the near side. He walked halfway around the ring. Slowing this pace down. Back to the neutral position. Hooks the tights.
Well, he has to dictate the pace. He's the champion.
Over the top front face. Look at that great counter maneuver. You notice that Aaron Neville is now sitting beside you, Green. I think maybe he heard what you were talking about.
Oh my. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Heck of a song. Boy, can you belt one out.
As Muta clamps on the hammerlock and pulls the left arm, trying to get him into a pity predicament here. Watch out. 1, 2, and he got away.
Now, you sure he's not using the tights when he turns him over? It's my good buddy Aaron.
Yeah.
Sings like a lark.
Meanwhile, back in the ring,
Is he listening?
he's watching.
No, it was really me. I just wanted to feel, but he's an out-of-towner.
Side headlock. There's only one brain, huh?
That's all you need.
Over the top. Colonel got the leg. He caught the leg of the Great Muta. A knee to the back. Muta spills on the outside. So Colonel Parker, he's after Muta. He's choking Muta.
I believe he was wiping some drool off his chin. He wasn't choking him. That's the kind of a man Parker is.
Yeah, boy.
Took his own handkerchief out of his pocket and tried to administer some help to Muta. What a man.
Clubbing forearm shot.
Colonel, defense. A good defense.
Wait, are you coaching again here from the ringside position?
No, I'm just talking to my buddy, the Colonel.
Muta spilled on the outside.
Worst case of acne I've ever seen.
He's back up. Stunning Steve after him again. Muta had to contend with two men here. That's tough.
What do you mean, two men?
Oh my. Head first. Muta trying to get back in. He's in finally.
How much does he speak English?
He speaks a little bit.
Does he understand the count? Does he understand disqualifications? Does he understand all that?
Of course. I mean, he has wrestled in this country before. He won Battle Bowl. He's been the world champ.
I know, but does he understand?
Yes, he understands. How can you, one, two, how can you not be a champion and not understand how can you be a champion and not understand the rules? Don't answer that one. You'll come up with something.
It's very simple, but I don't have time to explain it to you now.
Ever since Colonel grabbed the leg of Muta about 5 minutes ago, it's been all Stunning Steve.
Do you see any company here? Any special guests in the crowd yet? I don't.
Well, I
I'll get
know
to that later. Go
well,
ahead.
not only is Aaron Neville here, I know that Bruce MacArthur's here of the Works Corporation Chicago Blackhawks. General MacArthur's a colleague. And I understand Randy Myers is here.
My good buddy.
The Chicago Cubs.
I got him tickets for half price. I would have got him free, but you know how WCW is.
Does he have a handful of cloth? Can't really call those tights.
Aren't those martial art pants?
But they are.
I guess you couldn't wear them to a formal function, but I guess if you're Muta, you can.
This is what Stunning Steve tried earlier, the abdominal stretch, when he countered Muta.
That takes a lot out of you. It doesn't look that dangerous a move, but it turns your whole spine. Plus, it's hard to breathe like that. Here, get up. Let me show you. Let me slap that on you.
No, let's call the match.
Can I powerbomb you?
Muta trying to mount a comeback here.
I can't imagine. I'm amazed that the people here in Chicago are cheering for a foreigner to be Stunning Steve Austin, the United States champion.
I think the people here want fair play, and they haven't had it.
Chicago? Fair play? Look at the Cubs. Look at the Sox. Look at the Bulls. Look at the Blackhawks. Bears, fair play?
Blocked right hand. What tremendous endurance Muta always shows. What an athlete. Into the ropes. He missed. He tried a drop kick. Stunning Steve is on the middle rope. Look at this. And he's on target.
He got him good. Bye-bye.
Got a 2 count. Steve in a cover and a 2 again. Hooks a leg now, and a 1 and a 2 only.
Muta, you better get your passport out. You're going home.
Right at the face of Colonel Rob Park. A good look at the champ, the challenger, the foot. Watch out, Colonel Parker again. I guess he was just wiping the sweat off his brow that time.
I mean, there's no end to how much this man can help you health-wise.
Yeah, boy.
He should work for Hillary Clinton.
Head first. He blocked it. Right hand. Muta.
Oh, is he quick.
Fans want the moonsault. And they're chanting Muta's name here. Send Stunning Steve up and down. The Great Muta going after the U.S. title.
Parker is beside himself.
Standing drop kick. Stunning Steve trying to swat it out of the way, but it's still connected. And here he goes. Muta.
Oh, he don't. Look at this.
Oh, my. And a big nobody home on that one.
And I believe Colonel Parker bringing those other Japanese wrestlers here helped Stunning Steve Austin a lot. It seems he anticipates what
He's going
Muta's
for it.
doing.
He's going for the Hollywood and Bind. The inside toe hold.
I don't think he's got it firmly hooked like he wants to.
You're right, he doesn't.
Oh,
Muta gets out of it.
that's just over on Sunset and Vine. He didn't make it all the way to Hollywood yet. Just up the street a bit.
Into the midsection. He tried to put it on, tried to go for it. Now to the ropes. Reversal. Muta picks him up. How about? That's a stun gun. He's taking a page away from Stunning Steve and Colonel Parker with the stun gun.
He's done his homework, Shivani.
But he's not covering him. Enabling Stunning Steve to scramble to a neutral corner. There he goes.
The man that made that famous. He feels it.
Muta being cheered here. He's going for the big one. Incredible. Man's on their feet.
Kick the Colonel.
Steve over the top. And Muta gets disqualified. But he's not finished.
Colonel, get back to the dressing room. Nothing more can be proved now.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee has ruled a disqualification.
Yes.
Stunning Steve Austin retains
Oh,
the
yeah.
title.
Yes.
He is still U.S. Heavyweight Champion.
Well, he escaped on this night.
He won the match.
He escaped is what he did.
He won the match. I've never seen anybody do that. And he scissors, he figure fours the head, going over. Amazing.
Then the Great Muta, Brain, goes after Colonel Parker.
What he should have done is covered Stunning Steve Austin. He might have become the United States champion. Look at this. That was a right call. Over the top rope disqualification. What could he do?
Your winner by disqualification and still the U.S. champ is Stunning Steve, but Muta was not finished. What a sensational effort by the Japanese superstar here in Chicago at Spring Stampede. Standing by now, the dressing room with this interview.
All right, everybody. Jesse the Body Ventura back here in the dressing room. I'll be talking to Dustin Rhodes in just a moment. What a matchup we just saw with stunning Steve Austin and the Great Muta for that U.S. heavyweight title. I'm sure we haven't seen the last of that one, but now it's time to move on to the future. And the future is just a couple of matches away, Dustin Rhodes. It's gonna be you and Bunkhouse Buck in a bunkhouse matchup. Now, to me, that means it's just a street fight. It ain't wrestling. And we all know, Dustin Rhodes, it was just a couple of weeks ago, Bunkhouse Buck made a trophy presentation to you, literally.
I don't need to see this. I've watched this over and over, and I can remember it in my head like it was yesterday. It hurt real bad, and I'm getting out of bed a lot harder now these days. But I'm gonna tell you what, Bunkhouse Buck, that's what you're best at, is jumping people from behind. You and that good-for-nothing Colonel Parker. Well, let me just give you a little bit of advice. Tonight, just a few matches away, it's you and me. There's a big difference in the T in Tennessee and the T in Texas. And the T in Texas, the natural Dustin Rhodes, 260 pounds, is gonna get your possum raccoon butt out of that tree. And I'm gonna get you down there and I'm gonna kick your tail like it ain't never been kicked today.
Well, there you got it. Dustin Rhodes looks ready. Let's go to Michael Buffer up at ringside, because coming up next, Ravishing
And
Rick
now,
Rude and the Stinger. Stay with
ladies
us,
and
everybody.
gentlemen.
It's just gonna get better.
ladies and gentlemen, the WCW presents the International World Heavyweight Championship. Coming to the ring first, wearing silver and black, weighing 252 pounds, from Venice Beach, California. He is the former U.S. heavyweight champion and former heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the challenger known the world over. He is
Sting is here in Chicago, here at the Rosemont Horizon, and a shot of becoming the WCW International World Champion.
Oh, yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, wearing the multicolored artwork underneath his gorgeous robe, weighing 255 3/4 pounds, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, this many times over world championship title holder is known around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning WCW International World Heavyweight Champion is simply Ravishing Rick Rude. Cut the music.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of...
Wait a minute. Here's Harley Race. Harley Race has interrupted Ravishing Rick Rude, and he wants the microphone.
What I'm doing out here, I'm here on behalf of Vader. How the outcome of this match, whether it be you, Rude, or you, Sting, Vader wants the winner.
Pretty simple, cut and dry.
Cut and dry. Wait, now, hold on. He was going to take a cheap shot at Sting. And here we go. Off. Sting. Rude hit hard. Sting follows him on the outside. The match is underway.
Another street fight.
The match is for the WCW International World title. Harley Race is gone, but he's made his challenge.
Why did Sting have to hit Harley? All Harley did was turn him around to make sure he heard the challenge.
Now,
That's what he did.
He did not do it.
Did he hit Sting? No.
He grabbed him. He had the arm cocked back.
He
was
pulled his
holding
hand
on.
back and he said, please make us the next contenders. That's what he did.
Into the top turnbuckle.
Guess who's joined us, Tony?
The Commissioner of World Championship Wrestling is with us at ringside, Mr. Nick Bockwinkel. Probably can see him in the bottom part of your screen there on that last shot.
Don't start talking to him. He'll never shut up.
Belly to back suplex. A 1 count. There you see the Commissioner. That's not the Commissioner, by the way.
I know that.
Meanwhile, in the ring, Sting and Rude. Well, I tell you what, the Stinger, legions of fans, they were on their feet here.
Well, what an unfair advantage. He attacked. Ravishing Rick Rude. He didn't even have a chance to take his robe off. Backdropped him, I would say 10, 12 feet in the air. Knocked him over the top rope. Suplexed him on the floor after punching Harley Race in the mouth, who I add did nothing but issue a challenge. Of course Sting's doing all right. He's sucker punched everybody in the building except you and me and the commish.
Standing slam. Sting ahead of Steve. He's up top. Boy, Sting looks in phenomenal shape.
Things don't look good for Rude. See, Sting's had the momentum. He's had the bimbo that conned his way into this match with the contract signing.
That's
and
right.
the commission let that go. Things just don't look good for Rude.
But because of that contract signing, because Rude, who originally said he would never give Sting a title shot, because of what happened, Rude took matters into his own hands on WCW Saturday night, as we all saw.
Sometimes you have to. There's some things a man has to do.
And then use the leather belt to give Sting the Rude Awakening on WCW Saturday night.
I wouldn't have done that with the leather belt.
You wouldn't have?
But a nice piece of it, about 9 feet of chain would have been nice around his neck.
For crying out loud.
Or maybe some thin piano wire.
You're sick.
I feel great.
Yanking on the tights there.
Rude has launched no offense so far.
Well, you're right. It's been all Sting. It's been since the, I guess you can call it a surprise attack, but
Sucker punch.
whatever you want to say when.
And there's a sucker that threw the punch. The guy with the Bart Simpson hairdo.
Look at Rude stomping on the feet, on the toes of Sting to try to get away, but the
He'll try anything.
front face lock, or front chancery, if you will, working.
See, when you hook a man's head in there like that, instead of hooking your hands together and putting pressure, hold him as hard as you can with that one arm, and then grab his windpipe or his Adam's apple with the other one and turn it. How do they squeal?
You are sick.
Not for long, but it's a nice sound.
Rude trying to get out, but Sting holding on.
You know the sound a dishwasher makes when it's about ready to kick off? That's the sound they make.
What a horrible thought. Rude trying to get him up. Oh boy, did he ever. Now, is that a disqualification or not?
Well, Rude picked him up and to set him on the apron. I can't help it if Sting got caught up in the ropes because he's clumsy. Thank you very much. The paramedics are still here. They're in the back. They don't know who yet.
On the outside now. You're right in the midst of the action here at Spring Stampede. Rude shooting Sting on the inside, and Rude He's going up. Look, Sting is dazed. He can't even stand.
Well, that's why he's a champion. With the beating he took, the way he was attacked at the beginning, and look at him now. That's why he's whoa. That's why he's international champion.
Belly to back. 2 count, Sting kicked away.
Rude's gonna stay on him. That's the way Ravishing Rude is.
One thing that has always been one of the trademarks of Sting, there's been many of them, of course, the face paint, the little stingers,
The way he lies and cheats people.
the legions of fans. But one of the trademarks has always been the heart and determination, and Rude knows this. Rude realizes that's why he's shutting back in the ring, and that's why he keeps the pressure on.
Well, what do you think? Rude's a loser?
No.
He's got determination.
But he realizes who he's wrestling. He realizes that even though he put him on the top rope, and it hurt, we all saw it, you have to keep it on because Sting will always come back. Sting will never, ever give up, even when the pain is at its utmost. As you take a look at our capacity crowd on hand,
Wow.
even when the pain is at its utmost, Sting is always firing back.
Well, I'll guarantee you, Ravishing Rick Rude is no Richard Simmons. He's not going to back off. He'll stay on you. That man's got determination. Oh, I'll grant you Sting's very tough at what he does, and he's a tremendous competitor. If you like to cheap shot people, which I don't mind sometimes.
Well, I know
sometimes
you don't
people
mind.
need it.
In the same breath, as we're talking about the heart and determination of Sting, let's talk about the raw power and the ability to punish a man like Rick Rude. Rude is one of the masters. That's why he is the world heavyweight champion. And if anybody can lay in the punishment, it's Ravishing Rick Rude. He has an abundance of confidence, and that comes from his ability. See, look at that.
That comes from knowing who you are. He knows he is the champion. He knows he's got Stinger laid out. He knows he's a man.
Fans. And Kurt, 1, 2, got a 2 count. And Rude back to the reverse chin lock, sitting on the back of the Stinger.
Very hard to get up from this hold. There's
Well-
almost nothing you can do but scoot backwards or try to get forward or get up.
Obviously, with the strength of Rude pushing down the back, it would be very difficult to get up.
That's why you always have to carry a hat pin.
A hat pin. Sting is up.
So's Rude.
And Rude turns it around on him. Sting reverses. And Rude kicks away.
Well, that was close. That could have gone either way there.
Great series of counter maneuvers there.
I'm impressed with Ravishing Rick.
Rude shooting Sting in. He's got a sleeper hold on.
You don't need NyQuil or Sominex, does he? He's on his way to Nightville.
And Sting is going down. He is on the mat. Lights could be out here. The referee is right in there checking. We talked about the heart and determination of Sting. We'll find out about it right now.
The natives are getting restless here in Chi-Town.
They want Sting to come back here. The arm goes down.
They love this guy, don't they?
They do all over the world.
People really like Sting, don't they?
He broke the hold. He broke the hold. He broke the sleeper hold. Incredible. What about that brain? He wanted Sting to get up, I guess just to beat him back down.
Well, he's got him groggy enough. Now's the time to have some fun. Sting is nothing more than a human piñata, if you think about it.
This could have been a fatal error.
Look at the eyes! Look at the eyes!
first time, he went for it again.
Down goes Rude again and again.
Oh, it's only 7:30 here in Chicago. And did you see that moon out there?
Oh boy, Rude hit hard that time. He could have broken a leg the way he landed.
Rude may be in a little trouble here.
Sting to the attack. Rude holds his ground. Look at Rick Rude. The referee is pinned.
Oh! Now that's a disqualification. Let's see what the commission does here.
Scorpion Deathlock is on.
Come on, Rick. Oh, no. Look at one hand, he's trying to get the ref up. The other hand, he's holding Reddish and Rick Rude down. But Rude's shaking his head no.
Here comes Harley Race back in. Sting. Here comes Vader.
What's going to happen here?
Sting's taking on 3 men.
Now this has nothing to do with Reddish and Rick Rude. This saves him what happened before.
He got the knee. Rude got the knee, clipped it out underneath Sting. A warning from Nick Bockwinkel.
Oh, is Rude gonna... I didn't do it, he took it from me. He took a chair from me.
Harley Race has a chair. The referee is still down. This thing is broken down.
What is going on here? Vader's got a chair too. This is not musical chairs.
He hit Rude. Sting covers.
No!
We got a new champion.
The winner, a new International World Heavyweight Champion,
I told you I didn't trust it when that contract was signed the way it was signed, and look what's happening now. This is an injustice. Where's my chair?
The Sting fans painted. They love it. There's his gold belt. A bloodied Rick Rude is down. He was nailed with a chair by Harley Race.
I don't think Rude even knows he's lost the title. He has lost the title. Look at this. There's Sting, fires him into the corner. Accident, referee, wrong place, wrong time. Sting, being opportunist, took advantage of it. He knew exactly what he was doing. There's Harley Race. Yes, he hit him with a chair, but he deserved it. Sting now kicking Harley Race again. 1, 2, 3. Rude isn't even aware that he's not the champion now. This is horrible.
Fans are still standing as Sting makes his way. Rude still trying to get up, and this has been a wild night.
Look, Rude, he's still down. He does not know he's lost the title, Tony.
I think you're right. He was trying the Rude Awakening, and then all of a sudden the lights went out. So, Sting comes up the winner. We have a new WCW International World Champion. Harley Race and Vader get involved after making that challenge earlier. We still have a bunkhouse match to go. Vader still has a match against the Boss.
We still have the championship match with Ric Flair and Steamboat.
And the question
Snap
is...
your fingers at me.
Well, I'm just trying to wake up the question. We have to, as they're still trying to help Rude out with question we have to answer. Flair offered, and we need to bring this up here, fans. You see Rude being helped out. Flair offered to Hulk Hogan tickets to come here. He said, I want you to be in the building when I take care of Steamboat. We have not seen
knowing Flair, he would leave a ringside ticket. Let me take a look here.
You see anything?
Yeah, I see a bunch of humanoids, but no Mr. Hogan.
All right, fans. The action continues on Spring Stampede. Gary Capetta.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest of Spring Stampede, the Bunkhouse Match. Introducing first, to be accompanied to the ring by the greatest promoter on the face of the earth, Colonel Robert Parker from Bucksnort, Tennessee, weighing 261 pounds, Bunkhouse Buck.
Bunkhouse Buck. Colonel Rob Parker back out. His man, Stunning Steve, already has held on to that U.S. title. And this is the first pay-per-view for Bunkhouse Buck in World Championship Wrestling.
He is one mean-looking customer, I'll guarantee you that. You know what he did today at O'Hare?
What?
Knocked out 2 Sky Caps, just walking to the cap. Doesn't
And
care.
ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in the Bunkhouse Match from Austin, Texas, 261 pounds, the natural, Dustin Rhodes.
Oh my goodness! Dustin Rhodes vaulting through the air, pounding away, slapping Bunkhouse Buck. Never forgetting what happened a week ago on Saturday night when he was attacked by Buck in the trophy.
But don't ever count out Bunkhouse Buck. He is just one.
Through the ropes he goes. Now remember, this is come as you are. Bunkhouse rules. Therefore, the jeans and the cowboy boots and the tape around the fists.
Anything goes, right?
Dustin has both fist tape and a glove on his left hand. Anything goes is right. Nick Patrick just in to count a man out. 1, 2, 3. And the natural.
You mean these humanoids in Texas would all sit around and beat the heck out of each other in a bunkhouse? I mean, break furniture and tables and beds and stuff just because they were mad and got in a fight?
That's it, I guess.
Wouldn't it be better to just have the man apologize to you and give you some cash?
Dustin back down with Bunkhouse Buck, the man from Buckstore, Tennessee. Boy, he's a fighter, and that's exactly what we got here. Toe to toe. Is this the version of the wishbone?
Not a wish I'd want.
And Dustin rolls him back in. This second-generation superstar who has become his own man, who is battling this guy from Buckstore, Tennessee. He said during the interview there's a big difference in Texas and Tennessee.
Yeah, there's more letters in Tennessee.
That's one of the differences. Side headlock. Nobody, oh my goodness. Nobody there that time as Buck went low and Dustin hit hard. I think maybe he hit his knee. Meanwhile, Colonel Parker.
What a man.
Yeah, helping him up. Uh-oh. Bunkhouse has looks like a 1x2. You know, I glanced over to Commissioner Nick Bockwinkel. Basically, in a match like this is all within the confines of the rules.
His hands are tied.
Sit down, geek! Sit down, you silly bastard! Shut up!
And Dustin's hurt.
Oh, yeah.
He took the end of that 1x2 and jabbed him in the forehead with it.
This is classic Buckstort. This is what they do in Buckstort. They beat the snort out of people.
Top of the head. I don't know where he got that 1x2 from, but I guess he brought it to the ring with him.
A good Bunkhouse match from Bucksnort always carries a 2x2 with him. You know that.
One thing about it, Commissioner Bockwinkel just looked at me and told me they agreed to these rules. Both men.
These are rules? I wonder if Dusty Rhodes is home watching this, because his little boy is getting his tail kicked.
The suspenders come off, and he's choking him.
Come on, Dusty. Hey, he asked for it.
This has been a wild night with our Pinfall Scout Anywhere match with Muta in the midst of a great comeback, getting an eyelash away from being the U.S. champion. Lion Ryan, Lord Stephen going the distance. Sting becoming a new champion. And now this bunkhouse match. Oh! Those are hard-soled cowboy boots. And those are right on the forehead. The injured, bleeding forehead, I might add, of the natural Dustin Rhodes.
Well, he parted his hair with that 2x4, didn't he?
I think he parted his forehead.
He's going to take his boot off.
On the outside, Dustin bleeding profusely as they go towards the ring post. Right here, Bunkhouse Buck is making sure Dustin cannot get up.
Come on. Think you ever listen to any Johnny Cash?
Bunkhouse. Now! Come on, back in the ring. I say, Dustin. I say, Dustin. Get up off your duck and fight, Buck, now. Whoop that heel, Buck. Come on, Bunkhouse, let's get it back.
A gloved hand.
Buck!
Looking good now, Buck. Get in there and whoop
Get him in there.
He's going to give up to you in a minute, Buck.
Dustin fighting. Kicking Bunkhouse Buck away. Dustin, he's going in his pocket for something.
What's he got there?
I don't know.
It's his will. It's a note from his dad. Oh!
It's powder in the eyes.
That's just Texas dirt, isn't it? What is that?
It's everywhere. And Dustin Rhodes, the natural. As Bunkhouse Buck takes his belt off to whip him with it.
That's something his dad should have done to him years ago. We wouldn't have this trouble with him.
Oh my! The leather against the flesh. Well, this is the Spring Stampede.
His body's going to look like a road map in the morning.
And the buckle to the forehead. How much more can the youngster take? There's a lot of courage in Dustin Rhodes.
Now, you know Dusty's down at the ranch. He's pacing back and forth. He wishes he could be in there just to help his punk kid. Your kid asked for this, pal, and he's getting it. He's getting it at the hands of a man from Buckstorm.
You yellow dog. Why don't you just give up now?
This is one hell of a fight. And Buck, did you
It's
hear?
over. I believe this here one's over.
Buck confidently surveying the gallery here at the Rosemont Horizon. Goes back to work at an injured Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, whoop it now. He's yours.
I think it's a mistake to try to help Dustin get to his feet, and that's what he's doing. Keep him down on the mat. Because Dustin's got so much determination and drive.
Well, he's too dumb to quit, Tony.
That's not
what
it at
is.
all.
His father's like that.
Oh boy, the cowboy boots right below the rib cage. And you gotta wonder, as we look up towards Nick Patrick, how much more Dustin can take here.
Now, Nick Patrick, under any condition, he can't stop this, can he? There's got to be a winner.
Got to be a winner. Oh, the cowboy boot. That time up near the chest to the chin. Oh boy, this is a bloody match. Now Dustin caught on the ropes. Here comes Buck. One too many times.
Well, he jammed the back of his knee too on that. He may have pulled a hamstring.
And he's caught. He's hooked on the top rope. Dustin fighting for all he's worth. He's got him up.
Oh!
We may have a new punter for the Dallas Cowboys before this thing is over with.
Or a new football. But you know, it's getting really down and dirty now, and that's the way Buck likes it.
Well, he's gonna get it. Dustin's got his belt.
And it's all full of those steel things.
That's right, he's got buckles all over the belt. He's got it in his hand. To the head of Buck. Colonel Parker's beside himself. And Bunkhouse Buck is hurt as well.
Hey, if you see those paramedics in the back, tell them not to leave early. We got a lot more business for them.
Oh, what a match! What a fight! He's got his cowboy boot on! He's going to use the heel of the boot!
There is one man angry Texan.
He's ripping him apart.
Oh no.
He's going to whip him.
This is horrible.
This is Spring Stampede.
Look at the ring. It's like a plane crash. There's boots. There's belts. There's blood. There's bodies. Look at this.
This is blood and guts, old-time stuff right here, boys. Oh, man.
This is the way I like it. This is the way I was raised in this great sport. You get out there and you use whatever you can. You hit a man with anything. If you bust somebody open, big deal. I like this brand of wrestling.
Buck digging in his pocket for something.
Well, Dustin went in his pocket, got out that flea powder.
He has loaded that glove of his. He's loaded the glove. He misses. Atomic drop from the Natural.
Hit him with the glove.
Something is still apparently in the glove.
That glove's as loaded as Foster Brooks.
Adjustment on that series of elbows. Dustin for the Bulldog.
This is it. This could be it.
Here it goes. He's got it.
Colonel's up on the apron, though.
That may have been a mistake.
No, there's Colonel. No, you can't do this to him.
Welcome to Spring Stampede, Colonel Parker.
He's gonna whip the Colonel.
The match is still going on, and Buck is behind Dustin.
Can't Bosnick do anything about this?
He rolls him up.
No.
A 2 count. Oh, it's toe to toe. Both men have lost blood. Both men are still fighting. Down goes Bunkhouse Buck to his knees. And Dustin hauls off. That one was for the trophy up against the back. And here it is. One. No, sir, he kicked out at
Is
one.
he tough now? Is this Bunkhouse Buck tough? He keeps coming up. He's been hit with belts, boards, everything, and he's still kicking out.
Foot to the face. Buck. Colonel Parker. Colonel Parker's giving Buck something.
So what? You can do anything.
Oh, he walked into it.
2. He got him. Rhodes lost the Bunkhouse
Ladies and
match.
gentlemen, the winner of the Bunkhouse match is Bunkhouse Buck.
Don't
Yes.
forget, they agreed to these rules. And with the brass knucks, or whatever you want to say, Colonel Parker gave it to Bunkhouse Buck. And he knocks out Dustin Rhodes.
You don't know what was in that thing he had. If it was lead, if it was sand, you don't know. The Rhodes have lost a Bunkhouse match. This is history being made here tonight.
Whoa, what a stampede. Here it is again.
Look at that, Tony. He can do it. It's legal. They agreed to the rules. You can do whatever you want. It's tape. I don't know what's in it, but watch this. Rhodes loses a Bunkhouse match.
Buck? Oh, you like that, huh? Your winner is Bunkhouse Buck as we go now to the back and Jesse the Body Ventura.
Thank you, Tony Schiavone, Jesse the Body Ventura. Back here into the dressing room. I'm hoping to get an interview with Ravishing Rick Rude. Rick, look at. I understand what happened out there tonight, but I'm confused. I mean, I figured that Race and Vader were coming out there to aid you, and I'm not so sure about
I
it.
didn't send out no SOS. I didn't need no help. What you're looking at is 14 years of hard work, blood, sweat, tears, down the drain. I didn't need no help. I had Sting right where I want. Vader, Race, you costed me. I'm gonna make you pay. I'm gonna make you pay. I'm gonna make you pay.
We got chaos breaking through. Let's go back to ringside. And Gary Michael Capetta when we get a chance to.
Come on, Vader. We got your ass. Come on, let me go. Come on, I'm gonna kick your ass.
All right, well, obviously tempers are running high. Rude no longer has the belt. He blames Harley Race and Vader for it.
Oh, of course. Who did it, Mr. Rogers? No, that's what happened. Don't turn your back to me.
All right, Vader is on his way to the ring, as we know. Let's focus now on Vader and the Boss. And of course, it was back at our last pay-per-view Super Brawl when this all happened between the Boss and Vader during the Ric Flair match.
Look at that. He broke the handcuffs. Now that's a powerful guy.
Broke the handcuffs, comes in, gets the nightstick right on the knee.
The shades of the Olympics.
And of course, you said Vader never gave up, but nevertheless, the animosity between Vader and the Boss has been there for months now. As a matter of fact, for 2 months. And finally tonight, these two of the biggest in WCW, get to go one-on-one. Get to go one-on-one.
I know. I don't want to talk to you. You mind?
Let's go to the ring and Gary Capetta.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, the Gigantic Grudge Match. Introducing first, from Cobb County, Georgia, weighing 317 pounds, the man who stands for law and order, the Boss.
So the Boss is here with the nightstick. And this is going to be a wild one. Well, we've had wild ones all throughout the night. What else can we see at Spring Stampede?
Stick around, you'll see it. If it can happen, it'll happen to me here.
And ladies and gentlemen, the opponent in this gigantic grudge match, he'll be accompanied to the ring by former heavyweight champion Harley Race from the Rocky Mountains, weighing 450 pounds.
One good thing about Harley Race, you can give that man the beating of a lifetime. He doesn't care. Look at him, he'll go with the other.
Vader and Boss. Boss meets him. We got 2-on-1. Down goes Harley Race. Been a tough night for the former world champ. A man from Cobb County, Georgia, who will not back down at all.
Why does WCW even bother setting up a ring? Nobody fights in it.
That's a good
Why
point.
do they even bring this big piece of metal? I'm fighting on the floor. That's where they wind up anyway.
Now the bell sounds, and here we go. The grudge match is officially on. Foot to the kisser.
When's the last time you saw two big men like this in there? One-on-one. When you get over, you got close to 800 pounds in there, Tony.
Back on the rampway again. Vader firing back on the Boss. Big forearm shots. And the Boss is down. Both men over 300, Vader over 400.
What I just said, close to 800 pounds. Did you do your math? Well, this Boss is the man that cost Vader the championship of the world.
Uh-oh. What is Vader going to try here?
I don't know, but I can't wait to see it.
It's Air Vader taking off from O'Hare. And the Boss got the knees up. The Boss got the knees up and hurt himself as well. But he stomps the big guy, puts an elbow in the gut.
I'm surprised. I thought the Boss man would get into a corner and cower. I thought he'd get there and beg and plead for his life. But he's fighting. He's out there hitting Vader around. He's just going to make him mad. Just drove him over to the floor.
They are on the floor. Into the fans. Vader is hurt.
He's picking him up.
Vader has found somebody in this grudge match that will not back down. That goes after Vader just like Vader goes after him.
Look at Vader. Vader, he's busted open in the mouth.
Harley Race encouraging Vader realizes this thing's got to go on in the ring. The former corrections officer is a man on a mission here.
He's got Vader in trouble. Vader's hurt.
You're right, he's moving slowly here.
Or is that another one of Harley Race's master plans to try to give him a little false sense of hope, the Boss, and sucker him in?
Trying to pick him up, and he does! Incredible! 450 pounds and the power of the Boss!
He never was the same since being thrown into the 4th and 5th row. Now he's coming back a little. showing a little signs of life now.
Vader, for most of 1993, headbutt. Was the world champ. Right at the end of the year, losing to Ric Flair. Whoa, my. I think what happened right there was the boss just saved his life by hooking the top rope. He'd have killed him.
I don't think he did it purposely. I think it was an accident that he even made it to grab the rope.
He backdropped him out of the ring.
And the referee didn't see it. That makes it okay.
Nick Bockwinkel discussing things with Harley Race here at ringside.
You realize, Tony, you and I are probably only two people at ringside that aren't bleeding?
You, me, Bockwinkel, and Aaron Neville here.
I'm ready to lay one right between Aaron's eyes in a minute. He starts asking me any more questions.
Boss, Vader.
Yeah, tell that ambulance to stay back or come back when they get through dumping off their patients.
The big Vader splash.
Come on!
And now Vader unleashing some offense of his own. Boss slow to get up.
They're both moving at a slower pace. They're hurt. They're hurt, Tony.
Now remember, what we saw earlier on in the bunkhouse match does not apply to this match. You gotta break.
But there's no title on the line here. Neither of these men have a title, so they can go at it.
Boss missed with that one. Vader did not. Squarely plants it on the boss. It's amazing these two men can stand.
Well, these are superhuman athletes.
There was such a thing as a super heavyweight division in WCW. These two would be at the top of the list.
They wouldn't be in it. They're too big.
Yeah, you're right. And now, into the ropes. He missed. Big clothesline, boss.
They're in such bad shape right now, they don't even know to cover a man. They just want to get in there and pound on each other.
Yeah, they're hurting. The foot caught Boss in the jaw. And that was one powerful clothesline. He hauled off, came in an uppercut trajectory that time and just knocked him out of his boots.
Where's he going? Up.
Uh-oh, Boss is there. On his shoulder.
I'm glad I'm done.
Can you believe the night we're having here?
And it's only going to get better. Huh. Be ready to move. They may fall this way.
Kind of a DDT from the middle turnbuckle into cover. 1, 2. Vader gets up. Vader got up in 2.
Well, you're going to have to knock him out. He doesn't give up. He's not a quitter. You can't pin the man. He won't submit. You're going to have to just lay him out.
Down goes Vader again. Boss makes a cover. Hooks a far leg. He is hooked onto the ropes, the bottom rope. The arm got there. Now, Boss again.
It won't work. Vader's onto him. I tell you, watch.
You're right.
I could see the way he was watching. Harley Race Week gave him the signal. That's how valuable that man Harley Race is. 7-time champion.
Power slammed him off of the top. Boss. Vader's dragging him to a corner.
This means something bad.
No, sir!
I can't believe it. He kicked out of that. Incredible. Well, Vader's on top now, and Vader knows exactly what to do in there.
Yeah, do it again. That's what he's gonna do in there.
How's it feel, boss? You're not beating up no 100-pound punk now at jail. 2 o'clock in the morning, you're in there with a man. Look at this.
He's going for it all. The moonsault.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
the winner of the grudge match is Vader!
Vader is your winner.
Well, that's it for the boss.
Harley Race has the nightstick. Harley Race has the handcuffs. And Vader wins it with the moonsault from the top.
Look, a boss man doesn't even know he's being handcuffed. He's out of it. Oh, yeah, he does.
He's got the nightstick.
Oh, he got him good behind the ear. Oh, stop it.
He's beating Harley Race.
Commissioner Bockwinkel just left. He's going to get involved in this.
Nick Bockwinkel. And the boss won't stop.
Stop him, Bockwinkel. Stop him.
He beat Harley Race down with that nightstick.
Oh, Harley Race is in bad trouble.
And Bockwinkel is admonishing the boss.
Well, I know what's going through his mind. Bockwinkel, I know what's going through. He's thinking to himself, nobody can get away with beating a man with a nightstick. It's totally against the rules. But Bockwinkel doesn't understand. Oh, wait a minute, this is deafening here.
Race.
Bockwinkel doesn't understand that the boss is the one that started everything.
Race is still down. You're the man.
You're the man, Vader. You're the man.
You're the man. Here it is again. That
Yeah.
was number 1.
And that's 452 pounds.
And this is the moonsault that won it. Take a look at this. Vader gets the win.
2, 3.
But of course, the boss with the nightstick pounding on Harley Race. All right, let's go now. Oh, we're out of breath.
Well, see, what you don't understand is,
Let's go to Mean Gene Okerlund.
who?
All right, Tony, hopefully you and Bobby Heenan can sort all of it out. We do have a brand new international heavyweight champion. Sting, of course, crowned earlier tonight, victorious over ravishing Rick Rude. And with that in mind, Sting will be live on the hotline following the Spring Stampede tonight. So get on the horn and give us a call. You can talk to Sting. And don't forget, this coming Friday night on the hotline, Teddy Long is going to be live in the house from 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Ladies and gentlemen, the telephone number to call, 1-900-909-9900. It should be something else tonight, all night long on the hotline. Everything happening here in Chicago, proving once again conclusively that it is a major league city, and World Championship Wrestling so very proud to be part of it all. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. Let's get ready for tonight's fantastic main event. Let's get back to the ring.
All right. I do understand, though. Is there some commotion going on in the back with Bockwinkel?
Oh, there's a lot going on back there. I can see, from where I'm sitting right now, I can see a bunch of people running that direction. And there's some photographers going that way, too. There's something going on.
All right, there it is.
All right, everybody, I'm back here in the dressing room with the boss man and with the WCW Commissioner Nick Bockwinkel.
We've had some tough matches tonight where the contestants stipulated to the rules before they got into the ring. This was not the scenario tonight, and I realize how you feel, and I sympathize with you, but I'm going to tell you right now, you represent a lot of good people, and they do it in a certain way. This is not one of them, and I'm taking this away from you right now. I'm taking the handcuffs away from you, okay? Because I'm saying one more thing to you. As far as I'm concerned, personally, you're no longer the boss. Now, I want to say that I sympathize with you, and I know how you feel, but there's no two ways. You can't just take this. We know what this has done, and you did the wrong thing. It's not a popular decision on my part, but that's the way it's going to be.
Well, there you got it, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Bockwinkel taking away the handcuffs, taking away the wand, the baton, and literally stripping the name Boss from the boss. Let's go to Michael Buffer and the main event.
Well, how about that decision?
Well, that's just emotion reacting right now. I doubt if he can strip the man of his name or take away the handcuffs and all that, which should be done. The man is a menace and he's dangerous.
I'll be done. Thanks, guys.
He's extremely dangerous. He just can't go around mauling people.
All right, we're just about set to go with our final event of the night. It was 5 years ago right here at Chicago that Ric Flair came in, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, and was defeated by the man who is his arch rival, Ricky Steamboat the Dragon. And now, once again, 5 years later, the two arch enemies go at it. Steamboat, who for the past month, Brain, has, you got to be honest about it, kind of lived in the shadows of everybody talking about Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan making a personal challenge.
Well, you see, I believe that's Hulk Hogan's battle plan. I believe he wants to do it. He's such an egomaniac. He wanted to take all the thunder away from Steamboat.
Steamboat the Dragon, breathing fire.
But Steamboat's got the match, not Hogan.
That's right. Here at the Rosemont Horizon, it'll be a one-fall match for the WCW World Heavyweight title. And the fans kind of split. There are Flair fans and there are Dragon fans here. Well, Brain, we've seen a lot here tonight.
Wow. We have seen a lot. And it's not over yet. The man that walks the aisle.
11-time heavyweight champion of the world. A man who knows this city very, very well.
He's Babe Ruth, Red Grange, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jack Nicklaus, Gretzky, all rolled into one.
And each and every time, there has been Ricky Steamboat to stand in his way with every title.
And you can throw in Hugh Hefner.
Here we go to Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the featured event of the evening, brought to you by the WCW, sanctioned by and under the supervision of the Professional Boxing and Wrestling Board of Illinois Department of Professional Regulation. Chairman of the board, Philip Siegel. Executive Secretary, Nick Parasodius. Supervisor of Athletics, Frank Liana. Our physician at ringside, Dr. Donald Corsello. The timekeeper assigned by the state of Illinois, Joe Moriello. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Nick Patrick. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment the world has been waiting for. From Chicago, Illinois. Let's get ready to rumble! This is it for the Professional Wrestling Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, wearing yellow and black, and weighing in at 234 1/4 pounds, from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's a former world television champion, a former U.S. heavyweight champion, and 5 years ago, he won the world heavyweight title right here in Chicago by defeating the very man he faces tonight. And tonight, he will try to make history repeat. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger and former heavyweight champion of the world, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And his opponent wearing red and weighing in at 241 1/2 pounds. Also from Charlotte, North Carolina. Also a former world television champion. Also former U.S. heavyweight champion. And he remembers that world title loss 5 years ago here in the Windy City. He says history will not be repeated tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 11-time world champion and reigning professional wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Well, one thing I was thinking about when Michael Buffer was giving all the accolades, I was thinking about what we have seen tonight. As you see Beth Flair, Ric's wife, at ringside, watching this match. She has seen Ric in many big matches. I was thinking about, we've seen Chicago Street Fight. They broke apart a souvenir stand here somewhere. The bloody and battered Dustin Rhodes match with Bunkhouse Buck.
Boots ripped off, belts, boards.
The Boss Invader, Sting and Rude. But I think what we're going to see is, I know what we're going to see is an entirely different matchup. Two men who know how to keep it in the ring in a straight wrestling match. Two of the greatest of all time you're watching right here, going at it for the world title.
And they have the utmost of respect for each other.
Drop toe hold, and Steamboat counters by sliding out of it.
But Steamboat could not look him in the eye. Did you notice Flair went right up to him after instructions and stared him down? Steamboat turned away and waited for the bell to ring. I guess he doesn't want to play any games. He's just here to wrestle.
Absolutely. Arm drag. You know, throughout his great career, Steamboat has always been a fan favorite. He tries to sit out again. Flair hooks on the front face lock. Back they go to a ropes. Steamboat has always been a fan favorite. He's never been booed, never been a rule breaker. But tonight, he was booed by many fans because we have a tremendous amount of Flair fans here in Chicago. Flair was booed as well, based on the annex.
Hey, these people here in Chicago would boo the Easter Bunny.
And probably have.
They'd mug the Easter Bunny.
Side headlock. Head scissors, Steamboat. But there's no question that every road that Flair has taken, as far as single titles are concerned, Steamboat has been there at the end of the road somewhere.
Well, I don't think they booed Steamboat out of disrespect. I think they booed him out of the respect they have for Flair.
I agree with that.
I mean, face it, Hank Aaron hit 755 home runs.
Right.
But he doesn't have the respect of Babe Ruth. Same thing here. I don't think anybody wants to see Flair lose that title. The man's an institution.
Can Steamboat do it again? Michael Buffer talked about 5 years ago, right here in Chicago, when Ric Flair lost the world title to Steamboat. Shoulder block takedown. And that is true. But I will go back even further. When Steamboat first broke into the sport in the late 70s, Ric Flair was the television champion at that time. Steamboat was an unknown. Flair, once again, let his ego get in the way, agreed to face Steamboat for the television title. It was on television. Steamboat won his first title.
Well, I remember when he started, because I was wrestling in the AWA at that time, and Steamboat went to Vern Gagne school, and he was highlighted. They swore greatness for this man. They knew he'd be a world's champion someday. And even Vern Gagne said it himself. He says, this man will be a world's champion in a couple of years. He was.
You're exactly right. He became the world champion in '89.
I mean, I was there, and he was Rookie of the Year. I mean, he's done it all. But do they want to see Flair lose? No.
Then in the early 80s, after Flair lost the world title to Harley Race, Flair and Steamboat both battled for the U.S. title. And now it's for the world title. Steamboat is not backing down at all. And this is what he should do.
Oh, you have to. And Flair wouldn't want it any other way. Flair wants them to come at him. This is make it or break it for Steamboat. There's so many challengers here right now in WCW. If he don't get the job done tonight, he goes down that ladder. He's going to have to wait a while, work his way back up. And it's hard here. It is hard. I mean, this Punk Steamboat just slapped the 11-time world champion in the face 2 or 3 times. What does this pineapple Punk think he is?
Into the ropes to the left side. Flair over the top. Steamboat down and up again. Here we go. Steamboat! Flying head scissors. Great execution by the Dragon. Look at him go. Flying head scissors again, and over goes Flair. Flair back up, but back down. And Flair on the outside. Steamboat's going after him. Look at that.
I know what he's going to do. He's going to throw him back in. Steamboat is smart enough to realize you can't beat him on the floor. You can win the match if he's caught up, but you can't win the title. That's how smart Steamboat is. Well, he's not smart about everything, but he's smart about this particular fact.
And Nick Patrick counts 2.
I'm surprised. That's the champion. He's taking his time. He's relaxing. He's trying to get the cobwebs together. Look at that.
Ric Flair. Steamboat once again holding his spot in the ring as Flair walks on the outside.
Who'll be on Rush Street tonight wearing that belt? Will it be Steamboat or will it be the Nature Boy?
You know, it would be easy for Flair just to stand on the outside, let the count out happen, walk away winning the title by count out, but he doesn't want to do that. His ego will not allow that.
Well, and he's not that kind of a champ. He's not that kind of a competitor. Ric Flair's made some mistakes in his life, but he's made some great moves. And I mean, look at this. But he's done a lot of great things in this sport.
Whoa. That's where he wanted him. Steamboat fires back. Down goes Flair.
Oh, here we go.
Come on, wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on, whoa. Watch, you watch. Hey, I'm telling you, you better watch some this. You hit
Flair, don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake. Look, he's smart enough now. He's out there regrouping himself. He realizes he's on the edge. He's realizing it could be another couple seconds, and bang, he nails the referee. He's disqualified. He knows what he's doing.
No question about it.
He's counting to 10.
That breaks the count. When Steamboat pushes up against the referee, he'll start the count again.
Well, Steamboat doesn't want to win the match that way. He wants to win the title.
That's why he breaks the count. You're right. Very tentative world champion right now. Now to the neutral position. Side headlock takeover. Steamboat keeps him off his feet. But Flair immediately gets back up. Up. Steamboat holding on. Nicely done by the
That's not legal. It's not legal. He used the ropes. Didn't he run up the ropes, kick off, and use the ropes? Thank you.
Yeah, yes, he did.
And we don't have to go in front of Judge Wapner to get a verdict on this one.
A lot of talking going on inside the ring, as you can hear, and a lot of intimidating. Flair saying, you don't have me, you don't have me, and Nick Patrick checking in. They know each other quite well, as a matter of fact. Shoulder block. Steamboat grabs the side headlock again. Take you back to a press conference that Nick Bockwinkel had when he took Flair out of the world title match at Super Brawl back in February. Who was there with Flair and his family besides Arn Anderson? It was Steamboat, the Dragon. They have been very close friends in the past.
Well, Steamboat, you don't understand something. Steamboat and Arn Anderson are leeches. They just hang around so Flair will pick up the checks. That's all. They're just mooches.
Are you sure of that?
Oh, I'm positive. I've been out with him many nights and had a few drinks and a dinner with him. Yeah, he pays. He's just that kind of a guy. He's just a fun guy.
Well, Ric Flair is that.
But these other two are leeches.
The man you see in the ring, 2 count, is the man outside of the ring as well. Many people have said, is Flair as arrogant? Is Flair as flamboyant? And does Flair have the lifestyle that he always talks about? I said, absolutely.
No, you're wrong, Tony. He's a lot more outgoing than he is.
That's right, he is.
Yeah. You should see the robe he wears at home.
I would rather not. Steamboat holding on to the side headlock, holding the grind down the world champion here, Ric Flair.
Flair's been in this position before. It's when the first Punk ever slapped a headlock on him.
And Steamboat is no punk.
Punk.
Steamboat won the title, like we said, 5 years ago here in Chicago. They had a return match in New Orleans, went to a draw, and then Flair won the title back from Steamboat in Nashville the same year. 3 classic matchups. Steamboat hits the middle turnbuckle over the top. Flair follows him out. Snap married him over. Steamboat flying hit scissors again, taking Flair over. Takes him down again. Steamboat is 2 and got a 2
Whoa,
count.
that was close.
Steamboat is as fundamentally sound as we've ever seen him. You got to agree with that, Brain, in this matchup.
And how much homework is there really to do for both of them? They've been in the ring with each other before. They're friends at one time. I don't know how they still feel about each other. I imagine they have respect, but they have that competitive respect, and that's different.
But now, why last week on WCW Saturday Night, based on all the respect they have, the friendship that they've had in the past, would Flair come out in his street clothes, like he did, and put that figure 4 on a young guy and slap Steamboat in the face?
Well, that's all called intimidation. If he can gain an inch advantage on Steamboat for this match, that's what he wanted. And if his friend is mad because of it, tough luck. He is doing what he has to do to hold on to his belt.
You think it's the pressure from the statements from Hulk
Oh,
Hogan
of course,
as well?
that has a lot to do with it too.
Shoulder block, down goes Flair. Here goes Steamboat again. Steamboat has been going back and forth many times. Steamboat goes over the top. Skins the cat back in. He rolls up Ric Flair. 1, 2.
Oh.
Side headlock takeover again. 2 and no sir. Well, that was the closest one yet. Once again, as anticipated, an entirely different match than we've seen in Spring Stampede. Hey, aptly named. It's the spring, and they've been running over people all night.
Wow.
Like a stampede.
Seen it all.
Yes, sir. And there you see our great crowd on hand. We are right outside of Chicago, Rosemont, Illinois. The Rosemont Horizon, right near O'Hare Airport. A roll up, a 2 count.
It looks to me like Flair is letting Steamboat hang out of his headlock. He's letting Steamboat squeeze tighter. So he's sapping Steamboat's energy is what he's doing. You watch, the next couple minutes, Flair's gonna take over this match. I wouldn't doubt if he slaps that figure 4 on, and it's all over.
All right, side headlock. Both men are known for endurance and conditioning. Both men are very similar that way. Both men are fundamentally sound. It's been a fundamental match so far. And I wonder, as longer the match goes, let's say it goes to the 30-minute, maybe 45-minute mark, who has the advantage, Brain?
I don't, I got things to do.
In the ring, what wrestler has the advantage in the ring?
Well, that depends on conditioning. Who's in the better shape?
That's what I said.
Well, see, you're right. You agreed with me.
Never mind.
You talking to me?
I was.
The advantage goes to Flair. He's got the title.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Tried an atomic drop at Steamboat, braced the legs nicely. Flair goes now to the midsection, got the knee in. Steamboat is hurting now. And Flair taps away. Flair hits the ropes. Steamboat goes down. Here goes Flair again. Drop toe hold, Steamboat, nicely done.
You know, I've never understood.
What was that on your shoulder?
What?
Go ahead.
I've never understood why all Flair's opponents never have gone after Flair's legs. Flair cannot put the figure 4 on you if his wheels are all banged up. But they never go after Flair's legs. Explain that to me, Mr. Schiavone.
That's why you're the brain. That's why you are you are the most successful manager in our sport, I guess.
Yes. Larry Zbyszko talks about being a legend. He is. I'm also a legend in this sport. You don't believe me? Ask me.
Are you a legend in this sport?
Of course. Are you deaf? I just told you I was.
Back to the
nitwit.
corner. Flair driving the shoulder, and you can see that one coming.
But I don't think there's a bigger legend any place than that man right there, the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
determination on his face as we look up at him right above us. Nick Bockwinkel is back out here, the WCW commissioner, after stripping the boss of his name and his nightstick. Back.
What'd I tell you? Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Flair came out of that corner knowing Steamboat would backdrop him. Then he got up slower than usual, setting Steamboat up for the drop kick, and it worked.
It truly is a human chess game. And you are seeing two of its greatest players right here.
How would you like to take one across the chest like that?
No, thank you. Nick Patrick telling Flair to get out of the corner.
Watch him back there.
Moving Nick Patrick back around him, and Flair getting the fist illegally to the bridge of the nose.
He put the referee exactly where he wanted to put him.
Here we go, right above us again. Back in the corner, Flair again, the nose.
Yeah, but the size of Steamboat's nose, you can pound on that all day and never hurt yourself.
Flair after him again. Snap mirrored him over. And Ric Flair. Steamboat firmly planted right in the sea of the WCW. Yes, he's on target with a knee again.
I smell pineapple juice.
Easy. Spring Stampede.
You see the size of the arms on Aaron Neville? He could get in the ring, and I'm surprised he didn't get involved in the street fight.
15 minutes have gone by in this world title matchup. Flair pulling Steamboat out of the corner again. Once again, Steamboat is planted, and once again, Flair's on target. Great instincts by Ricky Steamboat, the Dragon, to try to roll back up, forcing Flair to push him over to get a pin. He didn't stay down. Flair does it. He gets a 2 for the second time, and now again, 3 straight times a 2 count here.
It's got to hook the tights.
No, repeatedly the 2 counts. Flair just cannot keep him down here.
And he's got to use the tights and the ropes. Simple, very simple, if you think about it. If he keeps kicking out, pick up something and knock him out. It's the law of physics.
There's the elbow. Here's the cover. There he hooked the leg that time and the head. And he still can't get Steamboat.
Get out of that couch. You pull it up every time.
Talking about conditioning, and you're seeing it right now. 15, maybe 17, 18 minutes in this match, and they're still going at it. Steamboat's shoulders will not stay down. When they get up, it's toe-to-toe.
Well, a time limit means nothing to these two. Wow. Flair's down. Now you know he's not cowarding away. He's not a coward.
He's pulling Steamboat back to the corner.
Oh, yes.
He wants Steamboat against the ropes, and that's where Flair's caught. Flair ducked. Out they go.
Steamboat hip locked him over.
No, Nick Patrick says match continues. Both men may be counted out here.
Now Flair's on his feet. He'll take the win like this. No, he won't.
He broke the count that time.
But he didn't break the count on Steamboat.
He's going with a pile driver outside. Steamboat reverses.
It's getting serious now. He was going to pile. He was going to crack his head like an egg.
It's been serious. It's been serious since 7 o'clock Eastern time.
But I mean, with these two, they've been trying to really go by the rules as much as they can.
Steamboat hanging upside down like a bat. Steamboat came over, he saw Commissioner Nick Bockwinkel, he was going to get a chair.
He's hung out to dry, isn't he? See, but Flair is so smart. He wants him in that ring. He wants to beat him in that ring. He knows nothing can accomplish on that floor.
Superplex in the middle turnbuckle. Oh, they hit hard. And now Steamboat covers.
No.
2.
You know, Flair has that history. He's got that bad back everybody knows about.
Flair upside down and down to the floor.
Steamboat's been bouncing Flair around this building like a rubber ball. If Jordan could dribble like that, he'd still be playing.
Uh-oh. Steamboat taking flight again. Ricky Steamboat right now is in command of this match. And the challenger, wanting to become world champion for the second time in his career.
Now, they've done enough pounding. Now it's time for Steamboat to get in there and slap a hold on, a submission hold. But is he that smart? Or will he be suckered in once again?
Once again, Flair inching back to a corner.
The master.
20 minutes gone by, 20 minutes.
20 minutes gone by in this world title match. The maximum time is 60 minutes.
If that bell rings in 60 minutes, they'll still be fighting. They'll still be going. This could go all night.
Anything to do?
I got a lot to do. You don't know her, though.
A dazed Ric Flair caught in the corner. Repeated backhand chops from the Dragon. The martial arts skill coming through. Those are on target. A head first tumble by Ric Flair.
Oh, no!
Foot on the rope. Out goes Ricky Steamboat. But he's back in. Look at this endurance. Steamboat at the top of his game this night.
He's ready. He wants it bad.
The human chess game continues. And Flair gets the next move. The 11-time world champion showing his endurance. Steamboat caught the leg. Steamboat caught the leg. Steamboat's going for the figure four.
He put the figure four on him.
Steamboat's got the figure four on Flair.
Imagine being beaten by your own hold, Tony. 11-time world champion, defeated with his own hold. Twice in Chicago. This is unheard of. This is history.
How much pain can you take? We're going to find out. Because he's got it locked on.
Grab the ropes, Rick. Roll to the ropes. That's what you gotta do. Roll to the ropes.
Steamboat, you take a go. Flair almost got himself pinned.
They got him standing. They're standing here at the Rosemont. But Flair knows what to do now. He knows he's got to get to those ropes. He can't get out of it. He can't find his way out of it.
He's trying to, and Steamboat's cranking on it.
Oh, to be beaten with your own hold.
He's almost there. He couldn't get there.
No. Come on, Rick.
He's pulling Flair back. It could be over right now.
What a brilliant move on Steamboat's part.
Oh, what a match.
Come on, Rick. Get there. He's there.
No, he's not.
No, he's not there. Damn it. I thought he was there.
Easy. He got him in the face. I guess if you're the master of the figure four, you're also the master of getting out of it and the master of holding the pain away, of not submitting, and that's what we saw. As you look at Steamboat, Flair is trying to pull himself up in the ring.
Flair's having trouble standing.
Yep. He's holding on the ropes. Steamboat now probably should go right back to the leg again.
Well, left knee, he's really favoring it.
But it's Flair on the offense, believe it or not.
It's not hard for me to believe.
After taking that punishment, Flair's on the up. Can he hold him up? No, he couldn't do it.
Oh, no, Tony, no!
1, 2, and up! Ah! No, sir, a 2. Flair snaps him over. Steamboat reverses the counter. Flair out of it. Flair, 1, 2. Steamboat bridging up. A backslide. Who's going to get it?
Rick, just drop to your knees. Just drop to your knees. You can't do it, man.
It's gut check time at the Rosemont Horizon. Who's going to do it? It's Steamboat down.
Steamboat's going to do it. He's going to do it.
He dropped to his knees.
He's going to do it, Tony.
He's got him.
He's got him, I think.
He's got him. 1,
no.
2. Flair's out at 2.
My blood pressure's 200 over 300.
He rolls him up. 2 count again. Incredible.
Can you hear what Steamboat's saying?
They are so close in ability.
Such language coming out of that man.
They are so close in endurance.
And believe me, no one's gone out for a popcorn. Every eye here is focused right on this ring.
Now Steamboat shoves the referee. He better watch himself here. After this great match, he doesn't want it to end like that. He's firing back on Flair. Steamboat using his legs to get power in those backhand chops.
Flair doesn't have it anymore in the legs.
You're right. Steamboat's got more force in the blows because he's got the legs. Sending Flair in. Here he goes. Double chop. Flair goes to
It's gone by 25.
the runway. And at the 25-minute mark, these 2 warriors,
25 hard-fought minutes.
2 of the greatest names in the history of professional wrestling.
If the Cubs played this hard, they'd win something.
Uh-oh. Steamboat chops Flair back in.
Hey, are you sure this is the ring?
Well, up until this match, I wondered. Flair once again upside down. The momentum taking him out.
Now let's see. Will Steamboat throw him back into the ring?
He did earlier.
He better do it now.
Flair got the foot up and he caught him in the chest. You're right.
Rick. Get up and get back into the ring. He means nothing to you on the floor. Do you understand that? Get in the ring.
Easy there, Coach Brain.
I'm not coaching. You know, Tony, it's in here. It's in your blood.
Now what's Flair going to do? Steamboat is down. Flair's going back in the ring apparently here. Watch out. Flair is back in. He wasn't counting Steamboat, only Flair that time, and that surprises me. Steamboat could have been counted out.
Yeah, you're going to be a lot of help, pal.
Well, hey, the fans are with him here. This has been a valiant fight for Steamboat. He put the figure 4 on the master of the figure 4, and Steamboat is buying time on the outside.
But notice Steamboat's favoring his right arm. Maybe there's some nerve damage. Maybe there's something wrong with that right arm.
To the attack again. Chop. Back and forth they go again, Vince.
It looks to me like Steamboat's got a little more gas. Well, of course he's got gas. He's the Dragon.
There it is! 1,
That's
2, wait! Do not have a new champion yet!
You couldn't have got a paint job between that count.
He missed.
Flair doesn't know where he's walking. Flair walked right away from him. Flair is staggering.
Flair climbing.
He's on instincts now.
He's going for it all. And Steamboat immediately got up and Flair's caught. Nowhere to go but down for the champ.
Oh, it don't look good, Tony.
Here he goes again.
Can he get that far? That's the whole length of the ring.
Ricky Steamboat.
Get on top of him now.
Hit his knee and Flair's going for the leg.
The master.
Here it is. Steamboat.
He blocked it.
He's blocking the figure 4 with his hand. Can Flair get it on? From
He reached down and pulled and got something. You heard people say that? He had to get a little more, and he did.
One count. Now the pain.
Give it up, Steamboat. The only chance you have.
About 10 minutes ago, Flair would not give it up.
But Flair was at least using his head. He was trying for the ropes. Steamboat's not trying for the rope. He's just fighting.
The figure four.
How much can he take? He's gonna break a leg and tear out a knee.
You're right. But Steamboat trying to pry the legs, reaching for the ropes. He can't get there. Give Steamboat a lot of credit. You're looking at the master of the figure four. He got to the ropes. He breaks the hold. Incredible.
What a match we're seeing, Tony.
Flair back to the point of attack once again, the knee.
See, Steamboat tried to do all his high aerial maneuvers. He should have gone to Flair's legs. That's when he did the most damage to Flair.
30 minutes gone by. 30 minutes
here we go.
remain the time limit.
He rolls him up. They're standing, but he got a two.
No, two.
Oh, he brought him off the feet that time.
I got a funny feeling. I don't like this.
Here in the Rosemont Horizon. Backslide Flair, and again. No, Flair's out. We are at the 30-minute mark of this grueling world title matchup, and it's everything we all thought it would be between two of the greats.
This has been a great pay-per-view.
It's been tremendous. And we're not done yet.
No.
Who's gonna win this one? Steamboat!
Flair's gonna take him to the floor.
My God, it's a superplex.
Steamboat's not aware. All he has to do now is put a hand, a finger on the body, and he is the world's champion.
But from that height, Brain, it takes a lot out of both men. The 10 count. Two fallen warriors.
They're at 7.
World Championship Wrestling's premier belt. 1, 2.
No. See, Tony, and he'd cover him right away. He'd be world champion right now.
The referee goes outside. The referee goes, here he comes. 1, 2. He's too late. The referee slipped. He went outside. Could have been a 3 count, but no, the match keeps going. And Flair's got the... Steamboat has the hold.
That's how he won the title.
That's
5 years ago here in Chicago.
5 years ago, he beat him with that submission hold.
Oh no.
The double chicken wing. He's got him down. 1, 2, 3.
We got a new champion. Ricky Steamboat is the new heavyweight champion of the world. Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute. Randy Anderson. It's Steamboat. Steamboat's hands in the air.
Wait a minute, maybe somebody had their foot on the ropes.
No, not at all.
Where's Bockwinkel going?
Nick Bockwinkel, commissioner's going in the ring.
Both men's shoulders were flat in the 3 count. I had to count both men out. They were both down.
Both men were down.
Combination, but neither man really had control. Both men's shoulders were down.
Did you hear that? Both men's shoulders were down. Neither man had control, so he counted 1, 2, 3. But who is the winner?
It's Ric Flair. Bockwinkel is down here with us. Mr. Commissioner sitting right down here with us. As Ric Flair retains the title, we heard Nick Patrick say that both men had their shoulders down. You went in there, what did you tell Nick exactly?
Two things. Tradition dictates that if a match would be a draw, that naturally it would go to the champion, but this was not a time limit situation. The other situation is this. Flair was the champion, and it was the job of Steamboat to take and be 1/16th or 1/32nd of an inch ahead of him. He was not. He did not prove it. So he, at this moment, until I can take this to the board, the championship will be retained by Flair.
So you're
A great decision.
So you've got to talk to the board yet, right?
Well, I mean, this is the decision I've made tonight. The match is over, and so be it for this moment. But so right now, Flair is the champion, and I'll take this to the board.
All right, he will take it to the board, so the controversy continues. Hopefully we'll have some results of your talk with the board.
A fantastic effort by two great athletes.
On WCW Saturday Night, fans, make sure you join us next Saturday night. He'll be talking to the board, and what a while. Yes, go ahead.
And I think, Nick, you did the only fair thing and just thing.
How about that?
Well, it's unusual to get compliments from Sir Robert.
All right, so Ric Flair is still the World Heavyweight Champion. Commissioner Nick Bockwinkel will talk to the board this week, and we will have the results of that discussion this coming Saturday on WCW Saturday Night. What a wild night we had in Chicago.
So what you're trying to say is by this Saturday night, things could all change.
Well,
there could be no champion. Steamboat could be champion. Flair could have the belt back. So you explain to me what could happen.
We will explain it to you on WCW Saturday Night.
No, my adrenaline's going now. I want to know now. I want to know now what is going on. I forget your little sheets and your paper and your headsets. I want to know right now what's going on. He's the champion. He's got the belt. He should be left with the belt. Don't have no meetings about Steamboat. He got in there. He gave his best shot.
As the Commissioner of World Championship Wrestling, he must meet with the board on all decisions made.
Well, I don't like the sound. That means by Saturday something could change. Something could happen.
You're exactly right.
Well, so I meet with the board. Fire the board. You're the commissioner. So make me the board. I'll be your board. You be the commissioner.
So fans, for Commissioner Bockwinkel, who is a busy man, for Jesse the Body Ventura, for Mean Gene Okerlund, and for a very irate Bobby the Brain Heenan, I'm Tony Schiavone from the Windy City. It's been a great spring stampede. Our next pay-per-view is Slamboree in Philadelphia on Sunday, May 22nd. We will see you this Saturday with the board's decision.
Take your headset off.